Wow, well, that was quite the experience, I have to say. All right, so we just got out of the FWC meeting regarding the aquarium hobby and reptile hobby, respectively.
Yeah.
And what are some takeaways?
Major takeaway, the very beginning of the meeting, Rodney Bretto says, so I think we need to take more time on this because when staff gave me the documentation, I didn't realize that there were so many species in the trade. Rodney Bretto thought that there were only 3,000 species, not 30 to 40,000. So this is good news. This means that we have more time. This means that they're going to consider our concerns. And hopefully they listen to the tag more.
One of my takeaways from it was it seemed that the commissioners were really receptive. There was a huge turnout. I was really proud of everybody that showed up. There was a really good, strong turnout, especially in, I think, the reptile community. A lot of great speakers, a lot of great points being made, and just super happy about everybody that showed up and spoke, because I really felt like it made a huge difference on the commissioners. They seemed to be very receptive to our ideas, and they could sense the passion from everybody that was speaking. So that was one of the positive things that I think I took away from it. But keep in mind,
this isn't over yet. While this is positive, what we heard today, we've heard positive things in the past, and then they didn't come to fruition. So definitely still join USARK if you haven't already, so that you can stay updated. We'll keep you updated. This is going to be a longer process, which hopefully means that the tag members will have more time to work with FWC staff, and hopefully the commissioners will take the time to learn more about our industry and see how we've done a pretty good job already of self-regulating. Also, while working with FWC, we've had a great relationship with FWC in the past.
now we are absolutely exhausted right now. We've been up since 4 in the morning, traveled all the way, 2.5 hours down south to Miami. But I'm glad we did. I'm glad we were there. And shout out to everybody that showed up. Tremendous turnout. It was really nice to see. Large presence from the reptile community, which I thought was really cool. But again, like Tommy said, this fight is not over. There was a couple of great points that were made. A couple of speakers that spoke, I think, made really good points that I think resonated really well with the commissioners. Got the sense that a lot of people who were there were letting the commissioners know and the FWC know that this was a bit of an overreaction and a bit of an overreach. They're hyper focused on things like, snakes and certain types of reptiles and fish, and understandably so with the lionfish and the pythons that have been loose and causing some issues here in Florida. But, one of the speakers made a great point saying, what about cats? What about domesticated cats? They cause far more damage and are way more of an invasive species than any of the reptiles that were released. Also, bringing up the fact that we have a lot of invasive plants that are here that are sold locally that, get into the environment as well.
Yep. There was a great point made where they pointed out that we see a ton of iguanas in urban areas,
right?
But you really don't tend to see those in healthy habitat.
Exactly. Yeah.
And most of South Florida, unfortunately, is heavily disturbed. We've paved over the majority of it. Only 3%, I think actually it's less than 3% of the Miami Pine Rockland Forest. Only 3% of the Miami Pine Rockland Forest still remain, and they're disjunct parcels of land. So when we have invasives in that type of habitat, that's not really emblematic of any harm to the actual ecosystem that still remains.
So, I saw a couple comments that I was reading from the last video that we did, and there's a lot of people that are saying, the leopard ate my face. This isn't that big of a deal, guys. Come on. That absolutely is a major deal. It's actually, it's a serious situation, and it definitely would affect a ton of people here in Florida and a ton of jobs. And I'm very proud of the people that showed up, and everybody, it showed there was a very heavy presence of responsible, well informed, knowledgeable people in this industry that were speaking and letting the commissioners know that we are responsible pet owners and that we do take great care of our animals.
Because that's who we are. Real quick, is the leopard thing, was that a reference to something? That was my favorite comment. Whoever commented that, I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. It might be the delirium. But
I'm so tired, guys. But with that being said, I just wanted to kind of keep you guys up to date. This was a quick video. We'll post up another video for those that are interested, either on my page or on Tanknician's page, just to keep you guys up to date and current with what's going on. Like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic, but you know, you never know with these things. So
good day at work, Chris.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'm done. I'm going to take a nap or something.
Go home.